Well, good evening, everyone. This is Bruce Pearson with you, coming to you live on location this Monday, the 18th of April, just after the first day back to work after tax day. So I guess everybody's pretty well beaten into submission or trying to beat themselves back to work to pay the tax bills. Anyway, we are located tonight on this live broadcast up on Route 78, just west of Clinton, at the 100 Shared Spaces office building owned by Linda Friedman. And joining me now is Jimmy Rodriguez.
Jimmy Rodriguez.
How
about Gonzalez?
You know, I was just reading a book by a guy named Rodriguez, and I must be getting old. It's tough to be old. And by the way, I've been up since 4 in the morning, so you'll have to forgive me, Jimmy. I literally was reading a book. That's a whole nother story for another day, so my apologies, Jim.
That's all right.
And Jim owns your printing and specialty business.
Yep,
is
JLG Printing.
JLG, and been a good friend for years, has done work for me in the businesses that I've been involved in, and just does outstanding work. So tell me a little bit, and I'm sure you can get your name right. You know.
Well, of course, you know, I'm Jim Gonzalez from JLG Printing.
JLG, right.
If you can think it, we can ink it.
Which is a great tagline.
Everybody loves that tagline. But full service printer, you know, anything from business cards to letterheads to banners to, you know, flags, tablecloths. You know, like I said, if you can think it, we can ink it. A lot of stuff to do, lawn signs, you know, a lot of signage. Pretty much any aspect, anything that, you know, you need to print to get your name out there, I can pretty much handle.
Well, and how long have you been at this? You've been at this quite a long time, right?
Well, JLG is going strong into its 5th year. I started my 5th year January 1st. And
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Most businesses don't last 5 years when they're a startup, so that's great.
Yeah, and it's been going really well. I thank, you know, all the help of, you know, the chamber members, referrals, especially you. Like I was talking earlier, you referred somebody to me that he is looking to do a lot of work in what he does. Recreating, you know, duplicating CDs.
Yeah, that's right. And you do that kind of work too.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. I didn't even realize you did that.
Oh yeah, I have a big copier. You put 1 CD in, I can burn 10 CDs at a time.
That's neat.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And yeah, so it's not just, you know, not just printed material, but yeah, duplication on CDs. Do a lot of that for medical people. Waterford. If you ever go into, you know, a Waterford shop,
store,
you'll see the TVs and they have videos of
running,
you know, all running of the ride. Most
you duplicate
likely,
them?
I was the one that duplicated them.
Well, yeah, another aspect which seems like school, but it's a very, very critical part of a lot of businesses, is you do holiday greeting cards and so forth. Yes. For businesses and for individuals.
And for personal, too.
Personal, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and they're personalized greeting cards. So
right, they're not.
I mean, yeah, you can go to, you know, Walmart or Hallmark
get
and
50 of them, right?
50 of them and all that, and then you got to write everything out. But
and people know you just went and bought a standard greeting card,
right.
Even albeit a nice sentiment, but it's not custom printed.
Yeah, but when you get something that your you know, the business name is in raised lettering, and the note is there, and it seems like it's a little more of a personal note,
right?
Because it can be customized, so it's not just, you know, happy holidays or you know, may your joyous time be whatever. It could be from all of us at JLG Printing. Would like to, you know, extend, you know, the holiday
season. Thank you for your business and patronage. And,
you know, then it's a lot more personal.
Right.
You know, and
and people realize that.
Right, and it's a lot more meaningful.
But you also do things like, you know, I mean, there's nothing probably more useful and utilitarian than the big old blotter with your name on it. But every time that person looks down the whole year at that blotter on their desk,
right,
they see your name, and it reinforces, just like having the calendar with the old
Courier
and Ives on it, but it has your name and logo in the middle of it. So every time they look up to check the date, bingo.
There it is.
And then, of course, there are a myriad of other things that are very functional, but also, you know, it's reinforcement of branding and putting your name in front of them to trigger that, hey, you know, I should use these folks if I need a service or a product that they
right.
So Now tell us how our listeners can get in touch with you, because you can ship anywhere in the world. So we're on the internet, so let me get a little closer to you.
Okay.
But
I have clients all over the country: Indiana, Wisconsin, California, Texas, Florida. So the beauty of having the internet and the access to the internet, broadens my clientele out there. I can be reached at jimmy@jlgprinting.com.
easy enough.
Or if you go to jlgprinting.com, there is a request button to fill out information. My phone number is 908-339-7422.
Give that to them again so they can.
908, give a little pause, 339, another little pause, and 7422. Hopefully you get me a lot. It's hard a lot of times to get me because
That's all right. They can leave a message or whatever.
I'm usually knee deep in mounting boards, making signs, or.
Now, do you do wraps for cars and that kind of stuff also, or no? Do you refer that to others?
I have an installer that will do that. I don't do it myself.
Yeah, that's a pretty tricky gig.
It's something that
Specialized
I would like to get into if I had time to really sit down to really try it out, but. I have
That's stretching a little far, and you're busy as can be as it is.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've assisted other associates in my business with wrapping a vehicle, wrapping a truck for Bongo when they did a promotion in Central Park. And I've done step and repeats for Sean O'Hara with the New York Giants. Actually, he's got an event coming up that I'm doing a lot of stuff for, his annual golf tournament over at Trump Golf Course for muscular, I think it's cystic fibrosis.
Nice.
But also the other services that I offer is I am also a graphic designer.
Well, that's important because a lot of people don't know where to start.
Absolutely.
And they don't need to do a lot to make a big impact. So you can give them some counseling on, hey, you really need a logo. You don't have any branding. You have no presence. And so do you charge by the hour for that, or by the product, or how does that work?
Well, it depends. Usually, I charge by the hour. But usually, it's a lower cost. The one great thing about owning my own business and knowing how to do every part of this business is I don't have to pay a graphic designer.
Right.
I am the graphic designer.
Plus, it's not diluted by going through a third party. You talk to the client, you know what the client wants, you build the product, and you go from there.
And most of the time, I like to sit down with the client.
Right, it's very one-on-one personalized business.
And to design right there, because going back and forth with emails, this is what I'm looking for, and then I design something.
But if you had a client in Ohio, for example, you could Skype them in and have a face-to-face
Oh, absolutely.
with them. So it's not like that, because you're geographically separated doesn't mean that you can't have a one-on-one.
Oh, no, yeah, I can actually do one
Share
better
files.
than Skype. I use a program called Team Viewer.
Right, the Team Viewer allows you to just have your whole laptop right there.
Well, pretty much I'll transfer my screen to the client.
Right.
And then we'll sit there and
Evaluate
they can
everything.
see what I'm doing right there on their computer screen.
Yeah. So the technology really.
Oh, absolutely.
There's no reason for somebody out of the area not to give you a call and use it.
Absolutely.
And that's literally the truth. And you put it on FedEx or UPS overnight, and bingo, the product's delivered. And I got to tell you, you have, over the years, come through overnight for banners, for floats, for the holiday parade, and just done a yeoman's job for us. So if it's a jam and you need to have a quick response within the realm of reality, you have definitely pulled all the stops out for customers. And let's face it, there's a lot of people doing what you do, but customer service is really something that tends to be pushed to the background on the internet because people are distant. Let's face it, there's not a guy across the counter you can grab by the throat and say, why didn't you deliver? You're pretty much, on your own in many cases. So the fact that you have a great commitment to customer service, and you build a good personal relationship with people. Because there's nobody else in the company that you can say, well, it was one of my guys that did it.
Right.
No, it was me.
It's all me.
You're talking to me. You talking to me? So I just want to recommend you highly because you've certainly done the job for us.
Well, I thank
and
you.
you've earned that. So,
Thank you.
Jimmy, another 5 years, buddy. But we're not going to wait 5 years to talk to you. Thanks for being
No.
on Jersey Talk Radio.
Thank you, too.
I appreciate it, and I'll be
No
seeing
problem.
you down the road a lot more often than I have in the past because you and I have both been busy and we've been missing some common meetings together. So,
That we have.
thanks for coming in. I appreciate it.
No
It's great to
problem.
see you.
Thank you for
You're
having
looking
me,
good,
Bruce.
man. Thanks a million. Thanks for getting. No, that's. Could you,
A little bit.
you're allowed to talk about anything. We're not constrained by the
I have
FCC.
an upcoming event in the Poconos, East Stroudsburg University on Sunday. We're doing an inspirational / motivational seminar. Me and one other speaker, Diane Antley, from 5